Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Today I want to share my May setup in my standard Stalogy. Basically this is just an A5 Stalogy that I cut down to a standard size. And I know I mentioned yesterday that I was going to do a different video, my migration from my future log into my current month, but I have a lot of editing to do on that one, and it's going to take me a lot longer than it would take me just to do this one. So I'm going to try to do that later in the week, but I wanted to share this one before time got away from us. So if you're new here, my system basically is Franklin Covey slash bullet journal slash or with a dash of GTD. I do love the Franklin Covey system, but I like creating my own pages because I like adding the information that's relevant to me. Just a quick FYI, my system is just not one book. My whole planning system includes this one. It includes my bullet journal in my Hobonichi weeks. It includes my little notebook here at my pocket, little spiral that I keep my task, my daily task, and my brain dump. And I also have a rings that's sort of extra. It has resources in there. I do want to use rings, and so I found a reason to use them. So all my books together, equates one system. And the reason I do that is because I like to compartmentalize my sections. So this just makes sense, for me and what works for me. So in the beginning, I just have a dashboard here, and it just includes Post-its with important information for printing various inserts. Here I have a little ollie clip from Filofax, and I have my routines that I created. So therefore, if I flip a book, then I have my routines available, and I also have routines in the back. This is something that I created, and I print and I update very easily. It includes morning and evening routine, everything I need to do to update all my planners, just to keep me, organized, and it's really helpful. And it's really easy to type because I just make my changes and then, tip it in here. My section, or my first section, is always my faith section. Then my planning section is my second one. And the reason I have it that way is because when I open up my planner in the morning, it's just easy to do my faith and then work into my planner. Now, the sections that I have in my faith section is only relevant to what I do in the mornings. Anything else outside of this, like Bible study or podcast notes, that will go in a separate notebook. Let me bring you down just a little bit. Okay, so here I always start my planner and my faith section with kind of like a little dashboard, something that's encouraging, that I'm drawn to that month. I have some vellum here, and I have my faith index there. So it has everything. That's really helpful. So when I'm looking through my books, because I have 3 books a year with 4 months in each book. May, June, July, and August. And I apologize if you hear that noise in the background. That's my sump pump. We had tons of rain this past week. So this first insert, I never ended up using it. This is something that I created some time ago. I had it originally in my B6 Faith Stalogy. And I thought I was going to use it, but I ended up not using it. But that's okay because I can use it in any future month. So I'm not going to use it for June, but I may, have the opportunity to use it for July or August. And if I ended up that I don't use it, that's perfectly, okay. This is Christian affirmations for a good morning. These are just other affirmations to speak over myself, and breath and anxiety breathing tips, and who I am in Christ. Just a little insert there that I created. Sometimes I copy some of that and I add it to my main planner, to my daily page. 10 tips to overcome negative thoughts. Here's my prayer tracker for my family. That's something that I created some time ago. And here's my Devo section. I use the Jesus Calling And I started doing this, you know, like one main thought, but I wasn't feeling it. So what I do is I read the Devo, and then I take or extract like certain nuggets that I want to remember, and then I'll just choose one scripture to write out. And I use the Pen and Gear felt tip pens from Walmart, you know, the Pen and Gear brand. I always write a heart, like for a bullet point, but if it's something, and I haven't been consistent, I just started doing it. It's like right here. If I draw an arrow, that means that's something actionable for me. And I really enjoyed, you know, writing in here and doing it long ways. I thought maybe next month, to start, since I have all this open space, maybe to put some stickers in there, or maybe writing out like one main thought of a Devo, so when I go back I can just, you know, read it. This is my gratitude, and I love, you know, just in the evening time, this is kind of when I update my gratitude section, and it's very simple. And this is my husband's gratitude. And sometimes I don't really have something, you know, like specific for a day, but if he worked, then I try to always find something in the day. This is really helpful to go back and read, and, you know, to just, on those not so good days, I can read this and say, yay. Okay, this starts my planning section. And again, here's my dashboard. I love, this is one of my favorite little quotes, is planning is my therapy, because that is so true. Here I have a little index for my planning section. So in the future, if I'm looking for something specific, because each month my sections could change, that just helps me to know what's in my book. Here is just a method for me to update my pages, to know that I just use a little sticker that when I see this filled, and I know that my planner is up to date. Here is the monthly index. This follows a Franklin Covey. I know Bullet Journal does it, but this is more for me, Franklin Covey. And I just write the main things that are happening in the day, like the high level things that I want to remember. So if I'm ever looking for something, I can, you know, go through each index. And plus I color code. So like my youngest daughter is in pink. So if I'm looking for something specific to her, then my eyes will take me to exactly. I know this looks like probably a mess for many of you. I'm sorry. But this is how my brain processes information. I need color. Here is highlights. This can involve things that are happening in the news or in my family. Here's my currently. So it's a nice kind of memory of what I was doing personally. Like, what was I planning? What was I eating and drinking? Oh, I'm enjoying the decaf iced caramel macchiato from Starbucks. Oh, those are so good. Expensive, but good. So that's not something I do often. Here are the goals for the month. All my homeschooling goals were completed, because a lot of it had to do with graduation and home. Yeah, so I like to see my goals completed. Health, because it was such a heavy, busy month, I knew that I wasn't going to get that done, but I shouldn't have even put that in there. But anyway, here, YouTube and Instagram. I wanted to do 2 to 3 videos a week. Here's where I keep track of that visually. And I have 3 in the second week, 1 in the 4th week, and 1 in the 5th week. This is kind of hard to really say I'm going to do, you know, X amount, because I only do videos when I feel led to. And if I don't feel led to, then I just don't, because I just don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to force a video, because when I watch it, I can tell, and I just don't like it. So I'll delete it if I don't, you know, think it's, and sometimes I put videos out and I'm thinking, oh my, this is not going to do well, and, you know, and people watch them. And so I did want to say thank you to each and every one of you that do watch my videos. It's very encouraging to me when I see the likes, or I see comments on there, because that helps me to really gauge my videos. And I don't know, I enjoy making them, and I really enjoy when I see comments, to engage with you guys out there Okay, so this is IG when I do stories, and Instagram. This is a lot easier for me to do because sometimes I just feel like talking. I don't want to record and then edit, and then, I mean, it's a long process to record a YouTube video versus if I just turn on my camera or on Instagram and I just record. It's kind of like I'm talking to somebody right next to me, and it's a quick conversation. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me there because I do a lot more stories, you know, like spontaneous, you know, sometimes when something's on my head that I want to get out, or if I want to share something, or if I'm shopping and I see something, I'll share it on Instagram. This is my daughter's homeschool section, and she is done with homeschooling. She graduated, but this is, and I still need to update this, but this is her stuff. She has her own planner, but this is just for me to record in mine. And these next sections are for my grandchildren. I keep track of anything that they're doing, just memory for memory's sake. And then here, extra space that I don't use, I can add pictures of them. And here starts my dailies. So here is affirmation. I only did one, and then I basically stopped doing that for the month of May, and that's okay because I like to use my planner and change it up according to my needs. Up here, I write, like, I color code everything. So I write important information, birthdays, holidays, anything that I need to remember. On the right side, on the right corner, I have bills, so everything's always in green. Paydays and things like that. In the timed area, I start at 6, ends at 10. I not only keep appointments, but I also track kind of what we did as a family throughout the day. If I remember, because sometimes I forget to put my husband's stuff, and he's in green. But I always put my stuff, what I do, and try to put my daughter, because it's only 3 of us at home right now. So my husband, myself, and my youngest daughter. Here's any YouTube or shows or movies that I watch. And this section down here is for my daughter, anything related to homeschool or personal. And then memory keeping from bottom up. And I do it via rapid log, like the bullet journal, you know, quick entries. Up here, if there's just something that I don't know, usually if it's a holiday or something like a celebration, then I'll put like hearts, and then I would do the whole memory keeping this way. In the middle, I just keep important information, things that I've ordered. This is, to me, this is a form of you know how you do in the GTD where you have a waiting on section. I don't have that. I used to do that years ago, and it doesn't work for me. So what I like to do is I have these stamps from Michael's. And so if it's a green stamp, it's something that I ordered. And then, like, say I order something from Amazon, and then if I get a notification saying it's going to arrive 2 days later, then I just go down 2 days later, and then I put a brown stamp, and then I put the name of whatever I bought. So therefore I know when I'm going to receive it. And so, yeah, so then anything in red arrow is something like important that I don't want to forget, that it'll get lost if I write it down here. Like here, I called in my cholesterol med refills, and yep, helps me to keep, you know, on target and track of stuff. Here, just, you know, I need to get my tetanus shot, and I'm dreading that. So here in this section, it's just little reminders, you know, to take my weight, and then to wash out my pet's water bowl, that kind of a thing. I always write out my weather. I don't use stencils because this is so small and I write really tiny that my writing fits best in there. And I always put the weather and then my water intake, and I need to really improve on that. Now, when I am done with, let's say I'm updating this page, and the way for me to know, let me get a pen here, that I updated it is when I see a little check mark in this corner. And then once this is entered into my 9 pillars, which is a different section in my Hobonichi weeks, I will circle it. So that's the only way for me to know that my other planners are updated, is I have like little marks like that to keep me, you know, on top of things. Let's see what's happening in this day. Soccer, we had the boys volleyball team to go watch. I watched that with my daughter. We had fun there. I enjoy volleyball. I'm going to miss that this fall. So $. If I had to pay something, I think I had to pay a graduation fee of $11. If I also color code, so if I see a yellow arrow, that's related to homeschool. And so the last soccer home game, yeah, I missed that too. Actually, it was here because we got rained out. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything exciting happening here. Oh, here's Mother's Day. I usually write the holidays in blue. So again, when it's holiday, I write memories from the top to bottom, even though I started writing from the bottom up. I think I remembered and then I stopped because I like to use this, and I use a heart for a bullet. And yeah, I know when each of my kids arrive, what we did, who I called, that kind of a thing. Yeah. So a lot of times it's just, you know, lunch. Oh, I had lunch with my daughter. We went to Walmart and I bought my grandbaby a pool. I don't know if I wrote down. Yep, I bought her a kiddie pool. This is the soccer tournament. This was hot. We had to, when my daughter played, let me see, 90, yeah, it was this day. It was 93 degrees, but they played on a turf field, so it felt like it was 100 degrees, which just probably was. So all the parents I followed, there was a senior couple and they moved to the grass, you know, outside the turf field, and I'm like, oh, that's an idea. So I moved my chair, and then all the parents moved their chairs, and it was a little bit cooler. But yeah, the girls, oh, it was a hot day. They were boiling. And so they had one game here and then the second game. And here I bought the Pilot multi-ball pen. I love that pen. I use it to write, because I write tiny, on vinyl stickers from Sweet Quiet Design, and it writes beautifully. Oh, my husband bought, this is what $, for anything that's paid, but here my husband bought us a new air conditioner. Our old air conditioner, oh, I know, we had it like, I want to say 10 years. It finally died on us. So my husband bought one, and then he bought one, I won't say from what store, but he was waiting for a long time. It wouldn't be here for almost, I want to say 3 weeks, close to a month. Things are just hard to find sometimes. And it was so hot that my husband decided to go to a nearby store. He found it. They didn't have that many, but he found one, he bought it, and then he canceled the other order. So here, I think, oh yeah, here I received my SMARTFEE personal rings. So yeah, I love my SMARTFEE. If you have not seen that video, I will tag it below, but it's one of it's comparable to Moterm. Moterm is a lot thicker. The leather is thicker in Moterm, but the SMARTFEE, it just has a variety because it has that pull leather. And I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking about leather. I'm supposed to be showing a flip through of my planner. Here's my daughter's graduation party. She had, so again, the memory keeping from the bottom, you know, from the top to bottom. Wrote a list of her friends who attended from her family. We kept it small. We have a homeschool group, and I think there were 26 or 28 or 29, something like that, students. And sometimes, you know, they have parties and they have like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 students split a party. So therefore we're not going to so many. And yeah, so my daughter did hers with a good friend of hers that they've been friends since 6th grade. And it was just fun. It was a lot of work. And then this day we were exhausted. Oh my, we were like, we were tired. And then this day my grandbaby spent the night because my daughter and her husband were going to a graduation celebration in another town, and so she spent the night with me. And I was exhausted from the graduation party, so I went to bed at 10, and from 10, I kid you not, from 10 to 12, she's only 3. She was talking and talking and talking. And then all of a sudden I look, I hear nothing. I open my eyes and I check on her. She's sleeping right next to me, and she's knocked out. It was like 12 midnight hit. She was out. It was so funny. But let me see. Yeah. I have fun with my my grandbabies. I love them all so much. And here's soccer awards night. And I need to add like a little soccer sticker there. See, if I add stickers, and it helps me to kind of really know what's going on. Here's another grad party we went to. Picked up my daughter's chemistry notebook and her grades. Let me see. Oh, I have mental health training. That was 2 days of training. This was like, the week before this, my boss emails me and says, you got 2 days of mental health training. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. I could have rescheduled it if I couldn't do it, but I was thinking if I don't do it, they're going to schedule me in the middle of summer, and I'd rather get it out of it, get it out of the way now. And so, and it was a good training, but it was a lot of triggers for me. So it was emotionally draining by the time I was done. Here is another graduation party. I did not go to that one. My daughter went. Here's an important note, 50-cent corn dogs at Sonic. My daughter went to, we keep track of stuff like that because we always try to save money where we can. Let me see. Oh, my daughter and my grandson, my 6-month-old grandson, arrived this day. This day was, graduation, the night before graduation. And so it was, yeah, my daughter, I have 4 daughters. So one of my girls bought me an iced coffee from Starbucks, decaf caramel macchiato. Those are good. Expensive, but good. That's how we don't do that often. Okay, so we had, I had grad rehearsal. Thank God I went. I had to set up my daughter's table because the next morning we had graduation, and there was no way that I would have gotten all that done. So it was a great idea to do that. So we practiced, and I went by myself because my husband and my daughter went to another graduation. Actually, she wasn't graduating with us, and so she was having her own private ceremony at home, at a church. And so they're good friends, and so I didn't want her to miss it. So I offered to go to the graduation rehearsal by myself, and one of my girls helped me set up the table, and then she left, and then I did it was kind of weird to be on the stage pretending my daughter is there and my husband, but I did it. Yeah. So here's graduation, and I need to add a sticker here because usually I have graduation up here in yellow. I would have to, like a note to remind me. And so I have a heart, and I, from top to bottom, I have memories. Just a quick memory of the day. I didn't want to forget it. Oh, I do have it here in her section. Graduation. And my husband treated us to Applebee's. Oh, have you ever tasted the wonton tacos from Applebee's? They're delicious. That's our favorite. My husband and I will order like 2 orders, or sometimes 3, and we'll and we'll eat it all. They're just little wonton tacos. For graduation parties this day, we were all like drained, just totally exhausted. I didn't write much. That tells me it was an exhausting day. And okay, so my daughter and my grandson were here for the remainder of the week, which was nice because this week was so busy with graduation. We really enjoyed just having, time with the family. The downside was it started raining Tuesday, and it rained Wednesday, and it rained Thursday. So we really didn't have, time to really hang out. I wanted to take them to the zoo. I wanted to take my grandbabies to the zoo. And my 3-year-old granddaughter lives here, and then my 6-month-old grandson. And it just would have been fun to go to the park. But no, we didn't do any of that. So we stayed home, and the new Jurassic Park movie that's coming out, my oldest daughter told me that I needed to watch the current Jurassic Park movies. So I had to watch that, and I was traumatized with one of them. I forget what the name is. I'm bad with names. I know Jurassic Park, but once it gets past Jurassic Park and they start adding names to them, I don't remember. But it was so sad when all the dinosaurs, they died on the island. I just couldn't. I told my daughter, I can't watch anymore. I I know. She's like, Mom is fake. And I'm like, I know, but it's an actual movie. And it was, I could still see that image in my head. And I'm an animal lover, so that those type of things I can't watch. Okay, happy news here. I got, let me see. Ooh, I got my blue SMARTFEE personal planner, which I'm currently using. And my daughter baked, she made chocolate cake from scratch, cinnamon rolls from scratch, and the chocolate cake, and then the cupcakes separate. It was delicious. She's a great baker. And yeah, so just enjoying our family here. I put the little popcorn sticker, and I put Jurassic, the Lost World, that's what it was called. And then we watch Miss Congeniality. We love that movie. And then Thursday was our last day, and then Friday we drove them to the airport, which is really sad. My daughter napped because we had to get up at 5 in the morning to drop them off, and my husband napped right away, and I went to my office. See, that's what I like to write, kind of what we did. My husband treated me to Starbucks. That was a blessing. So here I'm starting to use the stamp to let me know when I create a setup or a planner. So that helps. I'm a very visual person, so when I'm looking for stuff, I know what I'm looking for. Oh, here we grilled for Memorial Day. I always have holidays in blue. We started getting the house in order because we got the new, new to us, we got love seats. And my husband's business, he met this couple, and they were getting some new sofas, and so they asked him, do you want ours? And so he's like, sure. It was a love seat, and then I didn't know this, it was a recliner, so I got the recliner. I got so blessed. And it does the vibration in the back, you know, in case you have a backache, and it also has heat. Oh, I was so excited. So I got totally blessed. My husband grilled, and my favorite grilled food are brats. I know they're not healthy, but they're my favorite. So yeah, it was a nice time with our family for Memorial Day. And of course, my husband grilled last minute because I didn't even know what he was doing. So, you know, planning. And then here's the last day of May, and it was my daughter's and her husband's anniversary. They stayed home, but I text them. And yeah, so more Starbucks. So that's it. And then these are my two favorite quotes. It made it look like I'm doing nothing, but in my head, I am quite busy, and that is 110% true. So that is it. Oh, and then here is memories and stickers. So basically, this is the exact thing that's happening. Let me see if I can find May 1st. Yeah. So see how busy this is? This is just in sticker form that day. See how clean it is? And I just document high-level things, you know. And so I have the whole week, and I love doing this. This is from Sweet Quiet Design from Michael's, you know, that sticker pack. And then it's Mother's Day, so I said, well, let me try doing florals. And this was, I don't know, I'm used to seeing this, and this was too busy for me. Like, even looking at it, it was too busy for my eyes for some reason. And I didn't even update all of it. And I just left it because I just didn't enjoy it. And so I wanted to go back doing this, but then I didn't. And so what I'm going to do here is, I have a solution. I'm going to print graduation pictures, or pictures, because we had, you know, my daughter visited, we had graduation, we have just a lot going on. So I'm going to print a lot of more pictures, and they're from HP Sprocket. And so I can just glue them here, and then I can write a little excerpt of what the picture is about. And I need to do that because I say that and then I won't do it. So this is month in review. And here I just stick down anything or glue down anything that extra, like here. These are just, I bought 2 books of stamps for the graduation invites. And so I just stuck the label from the books. Here, under here, I have a little sticker from my daughter's suitcase that she had. She didn't even know I had it. I found it on the floor, and so I took it and took the sticker off of it and glued it here, and I just wrote a little excerpt what it's from. This is from a wristlet from my daughter's soccer tournament. I glued it down. My daughter was doodling, and so she doesn't even know I have it in here, but I just glued or tipped it in with some washi. And then I have some extra pages here, Usually I have 4. So I have this and then this for pictures. And I thought I had more pages. Oh yeah, I do. I'm sorry. These pages were stuck together. So I have 2 more extra pages because of the graduation. I just wanted a place to put extra pictures. So that's all I have. And if you have any questions, please let me know. But other than that, thank you again so much for watching. And until next time.